More of Aeneas on the beach. Aenea scopul interea conscendit et omnem prospectum late pelago petit, anthea sequem iactatum vento videat, frigiasque biremis. Aeneas ascends, climbs a rock, meanwhile. Conscendit, you can't tell if it's present or perfect here, but since petit is present, it's also probably present. Meanwhile, Aeneas climbs a big rock and seeks the whole view far and wide upon the sea. So he's climbing a rock to see, to get a wider view. Seeks the entire viewpoint. Pelago is either dative with pro. I think it's dative with a compound verb. There's other theories too. Anthea sequem. If he climbs the rock, seeks a view of the sea far and wide. If he should see, present subjunctive, future less vivid condition. If he should see, anthea. This is a Greek accusative singular. So anthea is the direct object. If he should see anthes, quem agrees with anthea because that's also accusative singular, masculine. And because see is there, the ali has gone away, because after si, nisi, num, and ne, all the alis go away. So it's really aliquem. So it's if he should see antheos, and then aliquem is an indefinite adjective. So it's if he could see some of Antheus or some Antheus, and it means like if he should catch sight of him at all, if he's there at all, if he should see him anywhere. Iactatum also agrees with anthea. If he should see Antheus anywhere, buffeted, tossed by the wind. Frugiasque biremis, a second direct object there. Biremis, accusative, plural, third declension. If he should see Anthes and the Phrygian biremes. What's a Phrygian bireme? It's a kind of a boat. A bireme is a two-decked ship. Rame, that root means oars, by two decks of oars. Why is it Phrygian? I don't know, it's the style of boat. Out kapin, another Greek accusative singular masculine. This guy's name is Capus. These are all Greek names. Even though they're Trojan, they give them Greek names because that story is told by Greeks. Or if he should see Capus, or a fourth and final direct object, arma, or the arms kaiki of Caicus, Celsis in pupibus, in the high poops. That is the upper rear decks of the boats. Na win conspectu nullam, tris litore cervos prospicit erantis. So you got to make up some things here. Prospicit, that's my governing verb. He sees no ship in sight. And then you have to add in some kind of a conjunction here. 3 deer on the shore. So another direct object. You might put in something like but Virgil doesn't even wait. It gives you that sense that like it's that sudden. He's looking for the ships, doesn't see them, does see 3 deer. Erantis, again, not arantis, but erantis, accusative plural, agreeing with Keros, wandering on the beach. Hos totalmenta sequuntur, a terget longum per valis pascitur agmen. These, that is those deer, boy deer. What do you call boy deer? I don't know. Ask a zookeeper. These, the whole herds follow. All the herds, that is, the entirety of the herds that belong to those 3 male deer are following them, a tergo, from the back. And a long agmen. An agmen is a military term for a marching line, which Virgil uses to describe how the deer are following these 3 leaders here. And the long marching line grazes through the valleys. Again, walis, accusative plural, third declension. Constitit hic. Well, is that hic or hic? Hang on. Constitit hic. Yeah. He stops here. Has to be long because of the meter. He stops here. Who does? Aeneas does. He freezes. Arcumque manu celerisque sagittas corripuit, fidus quae tela gerebat acates. He stops there and snatches up the bow with his hand and the swift arrows. Celeris, again, accusative plural. The weapons, the range weapons, the missiles, which, again, funny placement, poetic placement of this relative pronoun with its antecedent inside the relative clause. The missiles which faithful Achates used to carry. Ductores quipsos primum capitalta ferentis cornibus arboreis sternet, tum vulgus et omnem miscet agens telis nemora inter frondea turbam. I didn't read that very well. And the leaders themselves, first. What leaders? Those deer who are in the front. The leaders themselves first. Verb is down here. Sternet. He lays low. The leaders ferentis, like another accusative plural, alternative form of the third declension, bearing heads high with horns tree-like, with tree-like horns, deer horns. Tum vulgus. Then the mob. And you may have vulgus or vulgus. So first he lays low the leaders, then the rest of the deer, which he describes as vulgus, a mob. So there's a lot of judgment here about who is the leader and who is the followers among these deer, but he's using people words, also military words. Et omnem miscet agens telis nemora inter frondea turbam. And omnem agrees with turbam. Here's my verb. The subject is Aeneas. Agens is a participle in the nominative, so modifying the subject of misket, which is Aeneas. And driving them, the them is understood, the deer, with his arrows, ablative. He throws into confusion the entire crowd. So they were a vulgus, now they're a turba. Throws into confusion the entire crowd of deer. Their leaders are slain, and now he's picking them off one by one. Nemor inter frondea, among the leafy grove. Nec prius abstitit, quam septem ingentia victor corpora fundat humi. Nor does he cease or abstain sooner than. Prius quam can be separated sooner than, or it can just mean before. Nor does he cease before as victor, this again, nominative is modifying the subject of obsistit, which is Aeneas, nor does he cease before as victor, verb, he lays low 7 huge bodies. Bodies of what? Of deer upon the ground, on the earth. That is a locative. Homos is one of those words that takes a locative. A locative? Locative. What is it? Names of cities, towns, and small islands. In the words domos, homos, and rus. Et numerum cum navibus aequat. Nor does he stop until he's bagged 7 deer, and the number is equal with the ships. How many deer? 7. How many ships left? 7. Henc portum petit et socios partitur in omnes. Hence, as from there, after that, he seeks the port and divides them among all his companions, his allies, whatever. Yummy, yummy, deer time.